There's more than only one truth, which is why you actually need to think for yourself. The internet cannot give you all advice. Nobody can give you that. 10% of your decisions are actually made based on your own will. Imagine this. But unfortunately, the other 19% are dependent on someone else's opinion. I have another principle for you. Your mood is dependent on how much you create. So I talked about why you should create. I talked about the benefits of creating. I talked about how to start creating. I talked about a lot in the last few days about creating or a creation process. And I won't stop because I think that's the most valuable topic to speak about. It's the most valuable thing for you to do. You should start creating. You should start creating. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And if you still are not creating, you should actually be ashamed of yourself. So for all of the chats out there that are willing to live up to their own expectations, you guys will succeed in life. So let's go on. Let's talk about another principle. Let's talk about how your creations could actually change your mood. So sometimes, and in the last few weeks, more often than usual, I created a video. And not only a normal video, also a video I'm really proud about. When I noticed something really interesting. Because in the moment that I recognized that I created something sustainable, the moment that I realized that video that I created, I admire the content within, the advices within, the transitions within, the graphics within. Then something automatically happens. I talked about the automatic processes that are happening in your unconsciousness that are slowly revealed within the creation process. This is another thing. This is another practical step. This is another thing I can truly say without any doubts. I recognize that my mood is changing. Another worthwhile realization. My mood is now dependent on myself. This should be obvious. This should be easy, and this should be like well known in the whole society, right? But it isn't. And you don't know it too. So I talk about it. I reveal it. I want to set it in your brain. I want to set it as a law. Your creations can produce happy, grateful feelings. When you want to live a shallow Jeffrey life, you're going to suck dicks at school or your workplace, and then you finish your day with dispersing yourself with media. Your time is not worth anymore. No one wants to spend time with you because they know that you lack a personality. You could almost see it from outside. All of these Jeffreys, they have a poor will. They look awful. They have a skinny neck. Everything is white. You can only see a white stick within some clothing. They are chats. They are kings. They are influencers that haven't real feeling, not the superficial feelings that Jeffrey gets from their videos. Because the kings are creating on their own. And the kings are only able to grow every day because they grow within, without any dependencies, without anything besides themselves. So I talked about the automatic processes within creation. Here's another thing. Your mood. Your overall mood is influencing your life tremendously. I give you an example. You can grasp this. You will understand. The last few weeks, I recognized a drastic change within my jogging. At some point, at some days, I was hardly making progress. I felt like I'm repeating over and over again. I didn't went all out. I didn't use my full brain power. Look what happened. The jogging went hard. It was hard for me to make the same amount of distance in the same amount of time. I recognized this change, and because I was aware and not dispersing myself. I tried to find out everything positive that lies within creation, that lies within the plateau and the things that happen to you unconsciously, which is why I want to reveal it, which is why I tell you every day about this dispersal destroying your brain, your dopamine receptors. You need all of your energy. You need all of your time. You will recognize that this will change your overall mood. You feel more happy when you create. You feel more fulfilled when you create. And this influences you on every area of your life. Not only your family, not only your friends will recognize, everybody in this world can now see that your core, your energy is active now. It's on. You switched it on at the same time you started creating on yourself. So you might wanna ask, is this even true this motherfucker is telling me right now? You will not know it until you do it. You will not know it until you try it out yourself. I can talk and talk and talk, and you will not believe it because only one thing is stopping you, and this is watching videos, you fuck. That's all. All it takes is a couple of days, possibly within a week, without 0% of media consumption, and you will be able to break out of the rut within your own mind cage, where you're stuck between one dopamine rush and another. You only crave for satisfaction. There's nothing else in your life that you crave for. There's nothing in life that you crave so much besides the satisfaction within your fucking phone or your laptop or your PC or your PS4 or your PS5 or your gaming console or your books or your ebooks or your ebook reader. All of those inhabit the same craving, the need for satisfaction. You are able of so much more. You just don't want to do it. You are lazy because through all of these years you have leveled up your addictions. They are on level 9,000. Bro, you cannot change your life immediately. You have to slow down. You have to reduce it at a normal pace. Within a week, within a month, within a year, you will notice the improvement. And when you notice the improvement, then you can break through. Because then you are able to grow within. This is everything you need to reach success, to get this woman, to get these grades, to achieve anything. You are unbeatable when you can grow independently. This is possible with the accumulation of advices within the self-improvement philosophy. An extremely helpful, practical philosophy that builds upon the ascetic life of a Buddhist, of a monk who dedicates himself to a specific kind of task for a specific kind of time, and the Stoic mindset. And the Stoic mindset that is able to give a fuck about everyone's opinions, that can give a fuck about positive feedback, that can give a fuck about negative feedback, positive comments, negative comments. These Stoic people, this Stoic mindset is the manifestation of you being able to resist urges, cravings, especially these for the satisfaction of ejaculation and masturbation, but also the craving for adaptation to the whole society, your friends, peer pressure, but also the prevention of the need for validation and confirmation. A stoic person can be able to resist all of those and lives without them easily. He trained himself, he trained his mindset, he trained himself, he taught himself. He can live truly up to his own expectations. And when he reaches them, he gets fulfilled. And not so much he needs to sit down and like take a little rest and I don't know, like give him a little treat. All of this work he did, no. He doesn't need any treats anymore. He treats himself with more work. So I know that you're convinced now. I know that you will take action. But I want you to come back and to grow with me. Start to research a little bit more about self-improvement. Accumulate good, sustainable habits. Invest more and more time and energy in yourself. And you are able to grow with us. With all of us connected within the mindset and the philosophy of self-improvement. And not only today, and not only tomorrow, and not only in this week, for your whole life. You want to grow and you want to self-improve. Which is why the key principle should be always push through pain. Peace, bro.